Make that big boss less special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level. Second level gaming. Second level.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to our coverage of PixelPop 2017, and we're hanging out with TJ of Terrifying Jellyfish and a game called Nour. That's me trying to say it with a French accent. And you'll see some crazy footage going on. Can you tell us a little bit about Nour?
Yes, so Nour is an experimental food art game where you play with your food almost as if you're a kid. You just press random buttons and have fun. No goals, no objectives. Just play with your food.
Just be a giant child, essentially. Yeah. So on the demo, I think there's 5 different scenes that we had going on.
Yes,
can you talk about those scenes and kind of why you chose them?
Yes, so the first scene that I came up with was bubble tea.
Which Tom didn't know what boba was.
He doesn't know what boba was. I was really disappointed.
And he's English.
I need to get some after this interview.
Yeah, we'll get you some.
But no, I started out with that because I discovered boba tea and I loved it. It tasted so good, and so I was just like, I want to make art of this because it just fits my aesthetic. Like I just love the aesthetic of the food, and I love how it tastes, and I love color, so I decided to make some art of it. I then made the ramen scene after, once again, having really nice, good bowl of ramen.
This man loves food and drinks.
I just love food, yeah. Especially the Asian-inspired foods, like, yeah, definitely. And so that has sort of became the theme of the game. Like, as I made these foods and as the response was, like, really great, I then made it interactive. So like it wasn't even intended to be a game at first, and so it just kind of
just art.
Yeah, it just kind of spiraled down that path.
So one of the scenes are probably the most enjoyable one to me, and I don't know why, because it's just you toasting toast. But you have a grid. I think is it a 4x4 or 5x5?
Yeah, 4x4.
4x4.
16 old toasters.
Of toasters that you can hold buttons and it pops up and you've got toast. Can you talk a little bit about that? And
yes.
This is one of the weirdest interviews I think I've ever been a part of. Because, like, can you tell me about how you came up with toasting toast in this thing?
So that's the newest scene, actually. I worked on that about last week. I came up with that, and yeah, I was just like, it would be so awesome if like you could just hold down a button and then like toast would just spring up like as soon as you release it, and like depending on how long you hold down the button is the more toasted the toast gets. And so like it was a really interesting almost collaboration too, because I sent out on Twitter, I was like, hey, I need a really high resolution image of bread right now. Can anyone hook me up? And so then my pal Charles at Delco Duck, check him out, working on a game called Drift Stage. He then proceeded to put a piece of bread in his scanner and then scan it, send it to me, and it was a really high resolution image. I was like, thank you so much, this is amazing.
I got my bread.
Yeah, exactly. So I cut that on UV mapped this piece of the toast that I modeled and just like slapped that image on it, and it worked. It was like, there we go. The bread is now in the game. Now like photorealistic bread model.
the bread 2017 photorealistic. That's where we're at with games. So with somebody who doesn't really understand game design, when it comes to the toast and the holding down the button to toasting it longer, how hard is that to implement into something like this?
Relatively easy, actually. Unity makes it super easy to just like prototype things and really just get your ideas working as fast as possible.
Gotcha. And controller, I'm gonna hold this up here so they can see it. But what is this and why?
This is the MIDI Fighter 3D by DJ Tech Tools. It's a MIDI controller, so DJs will use it to play music live or like fire samples. And there's also accelerometer controls. You can kind of see it changing colors there. And so that allows you to you just use tilt controls, and like it's not meant for games really, but it was sort of inspired by games like arcade fight sticks. And so, like, it's for DJs who just really have an appreciation for video games.
So did you already own this, or did you buy this just to make this?
I bought it just to make this. So at first the game was being controlled by keyboard, and like I thought that was neat. But then I discovered Sean Wasabi, who uses those to make just really cool beats. And so I was like,
That would make a good controller.
Use this to control my weird food game. just to add an extra layer of just weirdness to it. And
it's not already weird enough.
Yeah, exactly.
So when it comes to other concepts that you either are going to implement or want to implement, do you have any other things in mind of different foods that you're going to put in?
Oh yes, I have like a whole list, and there'll be more like bento box, sushi. Just the list goes on, and you'll see like as the game comes out and as the game progresses. I update on Twitter often with whatever food is new to it. You might have seen an ice cream bathtub scene with sprinkles coming out of the shower head. That's not in the game yet, but that is a thing. So
are you going to source that art as well? Like,
oh, yes.
Hey Twitter, I need more.
Yeah, I already did that, and
Did
that's
you?
how I got the ice cream texture. Yeah,
There you go.
Twitter is such a valuable asset to making this game. But the game is coming to Kickstarter soon, and one of the tiers will actually be you'll get to suggest your own food to add to the game.
I could see Sloppy Joe's being really good in this.
Sloppy Joe's.
Would you picture Sloppy Joe's
Little
some
meats being
just? It
slopped
would.
on
I mean, it could just make a mess. One of the things I have to say, I was very impressed with how much stuff can be on screen and not have any sort of frame drop or slowdown. How hard is that to balance? Of like, I want to be able to let the player or the person controlling, I don't know if you can call them a player, the person in charge of the pad push as many things they want and not have to worry about that. How hard is that to program?
Yeah, so my system is actually pretty rudimentary. It's if things on screen exceeds this number, just delete the oldest thing. Yeah, just delete the oldest one. And thankfully, Unity's physics engine is really pretty optimized just outside of the box, and it makes it really easy to just like have a bunch of rigid bodies on screen and have your computer not completely die.
Crash on you.
Yeah.
So if people want to find out more about this game, where can they go? Where can they find you online, social media, all that kind of stuff?
My website is terrifyingjellyfish.com. There you can find screenshots of the game and whatever other weird art I'm working on. You can follow me on Twitter at _TEEJAY5. I post updates to the game and just like any other projects I'm doing. And so, yeah, those are the two best places to keep up with me. But I'm kind of on everything, Instagram, all that.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Go check out Nour and follow him on social media, on
all
website.
Social medias.
Also, they're being really loud behind the camera right now. Carol's talking up there right now. But thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, welcome to the second level. Bye.
It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level.